Begin with shutting off the gas supply to your water heater. Turn the gas on the controller to the off position. Remove the bottom protection cover to expose the manifold door and components. Disconnect the igniter wire and thermopile wiring. You may have to rock the wiring harness back and forth to remove. Loosen off and remove the manifold and pilot tube. Make sure to use the correct size wrenches, as these connections are made of brass and can be easily stripped. Be careful not to kink the pilot tube when removing it from the gas control. Remove the two screws holding the manifold door assembly in place. The burner assembly is now free to be removed from the burner chamber. With the burner assembly removed, we can now have access to the thermopile. Please take note of the order of which the pilot tube, igniter wiring, and thermopile wiring pass through the manifold door. There's a retainer clip which holds the manifold component block in place. The easiest way to remove this is to slide a large, flat-bladed screwdriver under the clip and turn. Once the retaining clip is removed, the component block will fall out. Remove the screw that holds the pilot assembly and pilot shield in place. Disconnect the wiring to the thermal switch. The pilot assembly now can be removed by feeding the pilot tube and wiring through the manifold door opening. In some scenarios, you'll now be able to remove the old thermopile by gently pulling and rocking it back and forth. An easier method is to release the retaining clip, as seen here first, with a flat blade screwdriver. Then the thermopile simply slides out. Unravel the new thermopile wiring. Slide the thermopile into place, making sure that it's fully seated. Once seated, push down on the retaining clip until it clicks. Check to see if the thermopile is secure. You can now fish the pilot tube and wiring with the new thermopile installed back through the manifold door opening. Careful not to bend or kink the pilot tube, as this will make reinstalling the pilot tube to the gas control more challenging. Screw the pilot assembly and pilot shield back into place. The manifold component block has three different size openings. The largest is for the pilot tube, middle for the orange igniter wire, and the third for the red-white thermopile wiring. The block is fed through the front of the manifold door. Be careful not to pinch any of the wiring. Slide the retaining clip down into the groove of the component block until fully seated. Make sure the heat protection on the wiring is flush with the component block. Reconnect the wiring to the thermal switch. The shorter wire goes on the left side. Before reinstalling the burner, inspect the manifold door gasket for any damage. If there is damage, it will have to be replaced. There's a tab on the bottom of the burner plate. It is very important that this tab slides into the slot of the bracket that is located on the bottom of the burner chamber. An easy way to check that the tab is secured properly in the slot is once the burner is in place to rock it left to right. You should be able to hear and feel it hit each side of the bracket. If you're not in the slot, you'll be able to move the whole burner freely. Secure the manifold door with the two screws. Connect the pilot tubing back first. Always start off hand tight as these small brass threads are easily stripped. Next, connect the manifold tube. Again, tightening hand tight first to avoid stripping any of the threads. Plug the igniter wire back in. Push the Thermopile wiring connector back into place. You can now turn the gas back on to the water heater. Turn the thermostat knob to the pilot position. This will be the only position the knob can be depressed. While depressing the thermostat knob, push the igniter switch a few times until the pilot flame is lit and seen through the sight glass. Continue holding the thermostat knob down for roughly 1 minute and the light on the gas control starts to blink. You can now let go of the thermostat knob and adjust the temperature as desired. While the main burner is firing, test for gas leaks with a soap solution at the pilot tube and manifold tube connections. You are checking for any bubbles growing, multiplying, or a strong odor of gas. If you experience any of these issues, shut off the gas and recheck your connections. You've successfully changed out your thermopile. If your pilot light did not stay lit, you may have a faulty gas control, thermal switch, or thermopile. To test your thermopile's voltage, please see the video link in the description below. Please remember, you are dealing with gas. At any point you smell a strong odor of gas, shut off the gas supply immediately and call a certified technician.
Hi guys, thanks for checking out my video. If you aren't familiar with my channel, I basically make how-to videos that are trades related on my spare time. If this video helped you out, subscribing, liking, or commenting on the video would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.